Squatting for shelter amongst the scorched rocks of the Junland Waste, Lando Calrissian tended his little herd of banthas. His mind delirious with isolation, and from hours spent baking in the relentless Tatooine sun, he kept a tedious, seemingly endless vigil over his flock. But suddenly he perked up, ever so slightly. For a few yards away he could see a little funnel of sand spinning in the wind. There was nothing too unusual about these dust devils. They were one of the few forms of entertainment available to him in the bleak desert wilderness. The weird thing was, though, that when he looked closely, he noticed this one didn't die out. Instead, it kept spinning, first in one direction, then the other. "Whoa," he burst out. "This shit ain't natural. I better go check this out, see why this dust devil spins in one direction then the other." But before he could get too close, he was stopped in his tracks by a voice calling out from the whirlwind. "Lando! Lando!" Yeah, that's me," Lando answered. "Lando, I want you to go rescue my friend, Han Solo, from the clutches of Jabba the Hutt. I've been worried about him ever since hearing that he's been captured and frozen in carbonite, so I've come to Tatooine to rescue him." "Okay," Lando answered. "But why do you want the help of some old shepherd out in the desert?" "Because I just do," the voice shot back. "Now listen, some of my friends have already gone ahead to Jabba's palace. I want you to meet with them. Tell them I sent you, then confront Jabba and demand that he let my friend go." "But who should I tell them that you are?" asked Lando. "I don't even know who's sending me." "Tell them I'm the same person as myself. If anybody asks who you met today, tell them you spoke with, I'm me. Also," a cloaked figure stepped out from behind the rocks near the vortex. "You can tell them that I'm Luke Skywalker, a Jedi Knight and friend of Captain Solo." Lando was puzzled. "Okay. It was helpful where you actually gave your name and described yourself, but I don't think that first part even meant anything." "Yeah, whatever," Luke said. "But here's the thing. Jabba isn't going to want to set Han free, so I'm going to do a bunch of Jedi tricks to convince him." "Yeah, all right, but why not just go down there yourself? Then you could show him you're a Jedi by getting out your lightsaber and doing some awesome Jedi stuff right away. I mean, if you were that concerned about your friend, shouldn't you have just hurried straight to Jabba's palace the moment you got to Tatooine, instead of wandering out into the desert to find someone who would be less convincing than you yourself? And why do one vague Jedi trick out in the middle of the desert where only I can see it, just so you can tell me what to say and have me tell Jabba for you? Because of mysterious Jedi wisdom you don't understand, okay?" "Okay. But even if I tell your friends who you are, why would they believe that you sent me?" "I'll give you this sign. After we've rescued Han, you guys will come here and talk to me on this rocky hill." "Huh?" Lando was confused. "Now wait. When you say you're giving me a sign, what you say next should actually be a sign, right? But instead you give me an instruction for us to follow after the fact. And even then it wouldn't amount to evidence of anything. Seriously, Luke, that fundamentally fails to meet the definition of a sign. I mean, if you'd followed, I'll give you a sign with something that was even a stupid sign, then at least your statement would have made logical sense. But as it is, I can't even figure out why." "Just tell them, okay?" Okay, I'll tell them." Lando paused, obviously still hesitant. "But even then, see, Luke, the thing is, I'm not even any good at talking. I'm quiet and I mumble a lot, and nobody's going to listen to me." "Fine," Luke grumbled. "If you're going to be a wuss about it, I'll have C-3PO go along and do the talking for you. He's a protocol droid, after all, specifically programmed for this kind of thing." "Wait, do the talking for me?" "Yep." "So I'm going to be involved in this, even though C-3PO is going to talk to Jabba?" "Yep." "But wasn't my whole job just to tell Jabba things you didn't want to appear and tell him yourself?" "Yep." "So if 3PO's talking to Jabba, what's my actual function at this point?" "To tell 3PO what I said." "So your plan is to tell me something, then have me tell it to C-3PO, then have C-3PO tell it to Jabba?" "Yep." "Isn't there kind of a redundant step in this process that we could eliminate?" "Listen, what's so hard about just following my—" Okay, fine. You're the Jedi after all. But what if your friends don't believe me? Then do a card trick for them. If that doesn't work, hide a coin in your hand and pretend to pull it from out of someone's ear. If they still don't believe, stick your thumb between two of your fingers and pretend to steal one of their noses. Then for sure they'll believe you met a Jedi who performed a sign for you out in the desert." "Really?" Lando asked. "Really? With all the ways you could prove your power, You want me to do simple tricks that any street magician could duplicate? Luke smiled. Good for you, Lando. Looks like you're finally starting to figure out how I work.